Some American retirees are finding the good life by going global. Seth Doan introduces us to a few of them.
Oh, that's right, that one's not
Meet
easy.
us in the town square, they said.
Well, this is nice.
Yes.
Lovely out today.
Welcome to Gozo.
Had you ever heard of Gozo? Did you know where Gozo was?
I barely knew where Malta was.
Now Gozo is home. It's part of Malta, a picturesque Mediterranean archipelago where Californians Mary Charlebois and Kevin Scanlon chose to retire.
Hit 70 and it's, hey, I only have so much time left. It's time to enjoy it.
There's music and dancing and wine, food. It really was love at first sight.
And then there's the low cost of living.
We would never have been able to stop working. We couldn't live on our Social Security. And that's really what we both wanted.
Right.
And here, we do it easily, and we have a good standard of life here. Much better, actually.
Their rent, for starters, is $750 a month.
One of the things you wanted was a view.
A view.
Definitely.
And you got it.
We got it.
They were able to get rid of their car, and they say groceries cost half what they did in the U.S.
Kismet.
Yeah.
Rental income from their California house helps the couple qualify for a visa.
What about health care? What if either of you got really sick? Would you want to go back to the U.S.?
I was in the hospital a couple of days here. Part of our residency is that we have to carry private insurance, which is less expensive than Medicare charges, and it pays 100%.
And the quality of care?
It was great.
I started looking at Italy, did a deep dive, and realized how hard it was going to be when I don't speak the language.
Retiring in a country where English is widely spoken is what drew Lisa Kleinschus-Kamamoto to Malta a year ago. She worked with PricewaterhouseCoopers to help with the paperwork.
They determined that I could probably do this on a certain type of visa, the Malta retirement program for third country nationals.
Her Social Security income helps her qualify. She's among about 800,000 people receiving those benefits abroad.
What do you miss about the U.S.?
Well, not much. I have found everything I did in Seattle I can do here. I volunteered at the animal shelter, found a Bollywood class, which is really good, go to the gym, and I walk everywhere like I walked in Seattle.
But family, friends?
They come. I mean, I've had probably a visitor every month since I moved here.
I think it has never been easier to retire overseas than it is today.
Jennifer Stevens is executive editor of International Living, a publication which offers advice and seminars for those considering living or retiring abroad.
It's not by chance that this conference is taking place on the beach in Portugal.
It's beautiful here. It's for some people the first time in their lives that they can make a decision about where they're going to live. It's not about where a job took them. They can kind of decide and have that freedom.
The three-day seminar earlier this year gave a taste of life, budgeting, and finding a home in Europe. 52-year-old Ron Devlin from Los Angeles is considering Portugal or Greece.
This was a fast-track opportunity to actually hear about all of those different countries and consider them all at the same time.
The organizers were calling it speed dating for retirement.
Yes, yeah.
Budget is the top reason retirees are looking overseas in increasing numbers, says Jennifer Stevens.
You really can live well on a Social Security check in a lot of these places and live at a level of comfort that you would be hard-pressed to enjoy in the U.S. on the same budget.
But Lisa Kleinschus-Kamamoto adds another reason.
I knew I needed another adventure in my life, so here I am. I have this motto, nothing happens unless first a dream.
As our Connor Knighton can report, humans aren't alone in their quest for the good life.
Spread out across 200 acres in northwest Louisiana, Chimphaven is the world's largest chimpanzee sanctuary. Every detail, from the moat to the meal plan, has been designed to ensure the more than 300 residents here are getting the most out of their retirement years.
A lot of the chimpanzees that are here at Chimphaven, they spent decades in biomedical research, but Chimphaven provides their happy endings.
Raina Smith is the president and CEO of Chimphaven.
Chimpanzees have been used in research for decades. Back in the 1950s and 60s, they were part of the NASA space program. Then in the 70s, kind of moved into infectious disease.
They are ideal surrogates for man in tests involving potentially hazardous conditions.
Chimpanzees were instrumental in the development of everything from rocket ships to the hepatitis B vaccine. In the 1980s, they were used in HIV research. But precisely because of how similar they are to us, attitudes about chimp research began to change. In 2000, Congress passed the Chimp Act, establishing a sanctuary system to care for retired research chimpanzees.
You've done a good job with this. It's a humane bill.
The bill required the National Institutes of Health to kick in 75% of the funding for the retirees. It costs around $25,000 a year to care for each chimp, and the banana budget alone is impressive. They go through an annual 117,000 of them. Colony Director Michelle Reiniger, like all the staff here,
all right, Miss Fanny,
knows the chimp's fine name.
There you go, Peppy.
For you, what is it about chimps that make them different than any other species?
I think it's their personalities. I like the sassy ones. I like the ones who you have to really work hard to get them to respond to you and to trust you. And when you get that trust, there's no feeling like it in the world to have that bond with an animal like that. Hi, Sparkles. Target.
To minimize disease transmission, staff only interact with the chimps while wearing masks and gloves.
Good job.
The animals receive regular checkups from veterinarian Raven Jackson.
Chimpanzee medicine is challenging. It's like working with a really strong toddler. Each day I start with, am I smarter than the chimp?
Are there days where you feel like they outsmart you?
Oh, all the time. I work for them and they don't work for me.
Since Dr. Jackson's patients were retired at different ages, plus a few are rescues or former pets, she treats a wide variety of conditions.
If you were a doctor at a retirement home for humans, you're not seeing anybody until they're in the later stages of life, but you have much younger chimps here as well.
Yeah, so as young as 7, all the way up into the mid-60s. It keeps things very interesting, and I think it also keeps things interesting for the chimpanzees because we're able to put them in these very dynamic social groupings where you're going to see various age ranges.
Each of the 30 or so groups has its own characteristics and alpha leader. They don't always get along, but they're quick to make up.
They always want to reconcile, right? Very quickly. And so it taught me, like, hey, it isn't worth holding on to anything. Like, learn from the chimps.
One day, a sanctuary like Chimp Haven may be unnecessary. 10 years ago, the NIH announced that it would no longer support any biomedical research on chimpanzees. While there are still some new arrivals, animals that the labs had initially deemed too challenging to move, eventually, there will no longer be chimpanzees retiring from careers they never chose.
Do you think we owe a debt to the chimpanzees?
Chimpanzees have given so much of their life to science, and we feel like it's our responsibility and the government's responsibility to care for those chimps for the rest of their life.
Away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost sugar song.
We all know this beloved Jimmy Buffett tune, but as Martha Teichner saw firsthand, retirees living in real-life Margaritavilles are far from wasting away.
You'd think everybody drank the Kool-Aid before moving on to the margaritas.
If I said Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett, what immediately is the picture in your mind?
The beach, laid back, cool vibes.
It's a lot of fun. It's like a resort here.
It's actually Latitude Margaritaville, a 55-plus community in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Well, first, it's 55 and better.
Tamara Baldanza Decker, Margaritaville's chief marketing officer, lives and breathes the brand.
This is Latitude Margaritaville, Daytona Beach.
Watching the sun bake.
Inspired by the tropical utopia the late Jimmy Buffett sang into existence and turned into a hospitality empire. From the street signs to the slogans plastered all over the place, to the elaborately decorated golf carts, everything is Margaritaville messaging. So come on, you parrot heads, fins up.
That also comes from Jimmy. So, yeah, you got fins to the left, fins to the right, and you're the only bait in town. It's a rallying call, it's a hello, it's a goodbye.
Starting prices for the 3,600 homes, the low 300,000s. This was the first of 3 existing Margaritaville adult residential communities, with more on the way.
Fins up! Fins up!
Here in Daytona Beach, 300 would-be buyers camped out all night before sales opened in 2018 and partied. The homes have sold as fast as they've been built. Only 4 are left. There are now nearly 855-plus active communities in the United States. The market is growing by more than 4% a year and is expected to top $800 billion by 2030.
My friends are gonna be there too.
Meet Jordan Statler, 72, divorced, a party-hardy latitudian since 2019. She prefers rock and roll to Jimmy Buffett. But take a look at her house. It's a shrine to the Margaritaville mindset.
There's friends, there's people, there's music, there's food, there's drinks. It was like, this is a built-in lifestyle.
Instant community at an age when isolation can be a killer. To keep things friendly, it is a would-be politics-free zone, although partisanship isn't entirely absent.
Did you come here expecting to meet somebody and get married?
I had lost my husband, and I didn't even want to date at that time when I moved here. I just wanted friends.
But one thing led to another for retired flight attendant Sally Kitchens and retired software product marketer Gene Schmidt. Last night, they got married.
People coming here, they didn't come here to die. They came here to have a good time.
I need a margarita.
During happy hour at the Bar and Chill, we saw this.
You gotta walk fast.
And this.
Fins up, man.
So what else is there to say? But fins up. And it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Not bad.
To Lee Cowan with proof that when it comes to adventures in retirement, the sky's the limit.
Arizona's famous dry heat is what entices snowbirds to thaw out from the corrosive pain of winter. But for snowbirds with real wings, it's no different. This is Davis Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson, where for almost 80 years, military aircraft have flocked to this sun-soaked desert by the thousands to live out their retirement.
There's some airplanes out here that are older than I am.
Here these retirees sit, tails at attention like tombstones in a boneyard. Just don't say that in front of Unit Commander Colonel Neil Aurelio.
We have a love-hate relationship with that title. It connotes junk, connotes decay, connotes trash.
He bristles at the suggestion that his 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group, or AMARG as it's called, is here just to warehouse old warbirds. The way he sees it, he's giving these retirees a new life.
The truth of the matter is, once they come in here, we see it as the aircraft starting their new mission.
Their vital organs are harvested and shipped off to keep other planes flying, ours and our allies.
So last year we pulled over 9,000 parts. Total cost avoidance to the taxpayer, about $470 million.
That's because this place acts as kind of the nation's strategic back pocket, where some of our best are cocooned from the ravages of time, first sealed in black latex, then in white to reflect the sun's heat. They can sit safely like this for years.
Hey, their number may be called again to replace someone else in the fleet.
It happened during the Berlin airlift in 1948, when C-47s were resurrected from the Boneyard. Last year, 2 B-1s in storage here for 3 years are now flying again. A dream come true for some aircraft that, like us, might just experience retirement remorse.
You can go to the Smithsonian or Pensacola or Wright-Patterson Air Force Museum and see airplanes sitting there in the same place they've been for 2 or 3 decades. But you can't hear them, you can't smell what the exhaust smell like.
Which might explain why retired Air Force pilot Chris Fahey, whose F-16 is also retired, now does this. That's a Soviet-era MiG-15 that Fahey now flies in the skies over Chino, California.
Flying in the United States, the single-seat MiG that we have, I think this is the only one.
Fans come out to see it in the air, as well as other retirees, here at Planes of Fame, the oldest non-government aviation museum in the country. It keeps its aging aircraft active by keeping them flying.
There's a lot of debate, quite honestly, around the world in that we ought to park these things and they're too valuable. But there are more airplanes flying now, World War II airplanes, Korean War airplanes, than there were in 1970.
That's in part because of the museum's founder, Ed Maloney, who started buying up hundreds of surplus aircraft after World War II.
It looks like junk, but it's not. I mean, anything you can get, you get.
Steve Hinton is now president of Planes of Fame.
3,000 horsepower.
3,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
He's restored over 60 military aircraft, and he's taken most of them back to their rightful place in the sky.
Sounds like some of these you've been flying longer than they were actually in service.
Oh, way, way, way longer. Yeah.
Take his 1944 P-51 Mustang.
Okay, you ready? Can't wait.
Today it survives as a flying, visceral reminder that retirement isn't the end of the story.
You know what G-forces are? Yeah. There's 3 G's right there.
We all have another chapter in us, no matter our age. And while the sun will eventually set on all of us.
You good? Yeah. I mean, I could stay up there all day.
Our glory days aren't a trifle. They're what made us.
That was beautiful. So good. So much fun.
Both man and machine.
As you've seen, the Preakness Stakes, the second leg of the Triple Crown, was run yesterday to great fanfare. But what happens to the horses when their racing days are over? Mo Rocca has found a retirement home for champions.
Can I have a kiss? Thank you.
It's not often a grown man goes all goo-goo-eyed over a horse, but that's just the effect Silver Charm has on Michael Blowen.
Silver Charm is without a doubt my favorite.
Blowen's infatuation dates back to 1997, when he watched Silver Charm win the Kentucky Derby.
Silver Charm at the rail, those 2 to the wire. Here's the finish, Silver Charm.
But it wasn't until the stallion retired 17 years later that Blowen finally met his equine idol.
I can't imagine a happier person on the planet Earth because I get to wake up every morning and see Silver Charm. You look great. Every day. Every day.
In 2003, Blowen started Old Friends, a retirement home for thoroughbred racehorses.
We have about 275 acres now.
Most of the more than 240 horses are donated and live on this sprawling Georgetown, Kentucky farm. It's a place where Blowen says they can return to being themselves.
What do the horses do all day? Whatever they want. Whatever they want.
All residents are treated equally here, from those that never made it inside the winner's circle to some of racing's most celebrated steeds. Breeders' Cup winner Alphabet Soup spends all his time with a donkey named Gorgeous George. Former star sprinter Green Mask now likes to nip at people.
Be nice.
Hey, baby,
Hey,
come
hey.
on, we're saying nice things about you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Little Silver Charm likes to hang out with Blowin. He's Old Friends' unofficial mascot.
You the champ. That's what you are.
Old Friends draws human champions, too. Hall of Fame jockey Chris McCarron has ridden several of the horses here, but he's got a soft spot for Touch Gold.
Good boy.
Silver Charm's quest for the Triple Crown.
McCarron rode Touch Gold in the 1997 Belmont Stakes, spoiling Silver Charm's shot at the Triple Crown.
Touch Gold will deny him the crown.
I just get the biggest kick out of the fact that Touch Gold and Silver Charm are just a paddock away from each other.
I wonder if they ever reminisce here.
I think the only competition now is going after Michael's carrots.
In all, residents here have earned more than $241 million on the track, plus, Blowin says, hundreds of millions more from stud duties.
The monetary value of a horse disappears the last time it crosses a finish line,
That's right? Or the last time he walks out of the breeding shed. Yeah. That's true.
But not for you.
No. In fact, to me, that's where life begins.
Look at you. Who's my goodie?
But the 74-year-old wasn't always this doting.
Have you always loved horses?
No. I was afraid of them. I only liked horses because I liked to drink and gamble.
Blowin was a movie critic for the Boston Globe when a colleague invited him to a local track. Eventually, he started moonlighting there.
I never got paid. I did stalls and I took care of the horses.
Were you leading a double life?
Yes. I would get to the track around 5:45. I'd get to the Globe by 9:30, then I changed my clothes and took a shower, and it was like Clark Kent and Superman.
After more than 2 decades at the paper, it was time for Blowin's second act. He and his wife, Diane White, a celebrated Globe columnist, took buyouts and headed south.
By this time, I'd fallen in love with the horses at the track because, you know, they try so hard, even the ones that aren't very successful. And sometimes at the end of their lives, they're not treated as well as they should be.
The dark side of racing made headlines around the time Old Friends was starting.
And here comes Ferdinand on the rail.
In 2002, Ferdinand, the winner of the 1986 Kentucky Derby, was reportedly sent to slaughter.
Ferdinand in front on the outside bold arrangement.
The idea that you could just toss them away like that was really grotesque.
Ferdinand's story brought attention to Old Friends' mission. But Blowin says it was still a rough start.
Do you think in the beginning a lot of people that you went to with this idea looked at you like, oh, poor guy doesn't know what he's doing?
Yeah. I would hear people. I would walk away and I could hear them in the background making fun of me.
These days, no one's laughing. About 20,000 pay to visit each year.
The horses. I want to see the horses. I mean, I've seen them run. They're my idols.
Volunteers help the staff with everything from leading tours to providing medical care.
There you go.
This is probably too big for him, right?
Right, yes, sir. Oh, it's trying to bite me now.
There you go.
That is a Kentucky carrot slicer.
For the past 8 years, veterinarian Brian Waldridge has helped take care of these elderly equines. Alphabet Soup just turned 30.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. You know, these older horses, they lose body condition, and it was a kind of a little bit of loss of their energy, but I'm really happy with them.
I have it on good authority you've never presented this place with a bill. Why not?
I just don't think you should. You know, I think it's Muhammad Ali that said the price for living on this earth is doing good deeds. And, you know, I just owe it to these horses.
Michael Blowin says he owes these horses too, even after they're gone.
There's 112 graves here. I remember each horse individually and what made each of them unique.
Do you still gamble?
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. Sundays, I tell people I'm going to chapel. Don't bother me.
But for Michael Blowin, Old Friends has paid out in more ways than he could have imagined.
You are doing what you love.
Mm-hmm. How many people in the United States of America can wake up every morning and say, this is great? The horses tell you to relax, just take it easy, don't worry about it, things will work out. And so far, so good.
And you can still drink and gamble.
Yes, and on Sundays, he rested.
And on Sunday he rested and hopefully came out ahead.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right.
Sun City, Arizona has 7 swimming pools, 8 golf courses, and 40,000 residents. One thing it doesn't have? Children. Sun City is the country's oldest active adult age-restricted retirement community.
And how do the three of you know each other?
We're sisters!
Lynn Renner, Carol Areno, and Trudy Bryson all live in Sun City, where each of the over 27,000 homes must have a resident of a certain age.
So if I wanted to live here, I could not.
Unless you had somebody that was 55 years or older living with you.
Ladies.
You can come live with us, yeah.
The citizens of Sun City, senior citizens, the average age is well over 70, know how to keep busy. Lapidary students learn how to make their own jewelry, and if you like to bowl, you have your pick, indoor or lawn.
Come on, come on, come on.
Any kind of activity you could think about, there is a club for it.
Today, Trudy lives in the same home her parents retired to back in 1968.
I can remember coming here in my 20s and thinking, you know, that's where all the old people live. And then I became one. Yeah. And it was like, this is the most natural place in the world to live. Yeah.
Her sisters never thought they'd end up in Sun City either.
When my husband came here, he had the idea that it was a place to come to die. And so his famous saying was, every time you heard a siren, that meant there was a house up for sale.
There was a time when the houses in Sun City were brand new. The project was created by developer Del Webb. He built the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills and the Flamingo in Las Vegas, but Sun City was his biggest gamble.
The experts said Sun City would fail. Seniors didn't leave their families back in 1960. You just didn't pull up roots and move away from the family unit.
Bill Pearson is the past president of the Del Webb Sun Cities Museum, housed in one of the original 5 model homes.
It sold for $8,500 and it was 860 square feet. And then, of course, we had refrigerated air conditioning, which was another $600.
I think in the Arizona summer, that's worth $600.
Yeah, that was a very popular item here in Sun City.
When the models opened to the public on January 1st, 1960, the developers were nervous.
They didn't know if anybody would show up. It was New Year's Day. I mean, picture that.
Pictures from the opening weekend show a turnout that exceeded their wildest dreams.
100,000 people came through over a 3-day period.
Webb knew he was selling a lifestyle and created promotional films emphasizing that retirement didn't have to mean a pocket watch from the company and days spent alone. Early ads touted low taxes, there were no schools to fund, and constant entertainment.
That's the beauty of Sun City, boy. All your favorite activities are available to you right up the street.
Today, there are grandchildren of the original Sun City residents moving in. Rich Hoffer followed his mother Jan to Sun City, who followed her parents over 30 years ago.
As soon as we were old enough, I retired and we moved, and love it. Best decision we ever made.
I couldn't believe it. When they told me, I really thought he was kidding.
Well, because typically when you think 3 generations, same place, it's because you grew up here. But by definition, you are not allowed to grow up here.
Nobody grew up here.
Right.
That's right.
The once revolutionary idea of a development just for seniors has been duplicated across the country. Compared to newer, more modern offerings, Del Webb's 1960 community looks a little dated. So, Sun City is getting a facelift, installing solar panels and updating the rec centers, including the pride of Sun City, a brand new pickleball facility.
There are people moving here from Sun City West,
because of the pickleball
Just
that
for
we have here.
pickleball.
Yes,
Wow.
it is incredible.
Pickleball, a game played on a shrunken tennis court with paddles and a wiffle ball, has become the fastest growing sport among retirees. The sun has barely come up in Sun City, and the courts are already packed with players like Larry Klein.
That's it, Connor. Yo!
Who showed me the ropes.
We touch paddles. That's a sign of good job, buddy. Come on, put the net. What are you doing? Connor, this is no man's land. Connor! I was introduced to the game about 9 years ago. I lost my first game just like you did. But it was...
we don't need to say that part.
It's addictive. I try to play every day. Some things interfere with my pickleball and it doesn't make me happy.
Now faced with the largest generation of retirees in American history, Sun City is attempting to age gracefully. After all, at 55 years old, Sun City is old enough to live in Sun City.
Into the sunset the hero rides at the end of many a grand fable of the Old West, into the sunset to ride again another day. At some point, however, the saddle sores do not heal as quickly as they used to. The bones and the muscles continue to ache long after the sun has gone down, and it's harder and harder come morning to get back on the trail. What then for our hero? I am not talking about the rider, by the way, and neither is Martha Teichner.
Florida, fulfilling its promise as a retirement paradise. Just north of Gainesville, sunrise reveals a scene straight from the glossy brochures. A fine place to be living out those last well-earned years of relaxation.
How old is getting gray?
And that's exactly what these horses are doing. This is a retirement home for them.
Come on, watch this. Stormy, come on. Come on, babies. Stormy, you got your...
The closest thing to golf in this retirement community is the electric cart Peter Gregory uses when he feeds the horses.
Margaret, come on.
His workday begins at dawn and never really ends. But for him and his wife, Mary, it is their own retirement dream come true.
We used to drive out to a rest home for horses at Elstree, just northwest of London. The horses were there not to retire, but to have a rest. They were taken off the streets of London for a week or two or three by some kind of equine rescue organization. And the horses were given a chance to relax and eat some fresh grass and get some sunshine. And that's how it started. We kept that idea in the back of our minds for 35 years. We thought it would be a wonderful thing to do or something similar.
The horses the Gregorys take in are all old or sick or abused or just unwanted.
When a horse comes here, we make a promise to it. We say, you'll never be ridden or worked again. You never have a saddle put on your back or a bit put in your mouth. Never have spurs stuck in your side. Never have shoes nailed to your hooves. And we'll just look after you. And you've earned a long retirement, and we hope you live here as long as possible. And this is Rudy Ruder.
You sound like a lion, not a pig.
But the name Retirement Home for Horses isn't quite accurate. Noah's Ark might be better.
We have 3 pigs and 7 goats, 70 horses, 6 guinea fowl right now, 10 dogs, 7 cats, 1 deer that's still left. Hey, Quigley. Come on, Quigley.
Peter Gregory knows everybody's name and everybody's story.
If you notice behind you, a 1-ear goat. Very unusual. She was attacked by some pit bulls, and she was just about ready to be barbecued when one of my volunteers suggested that she be brought here. She was.
About to be barbecued seems to be a common theme to these hard luck, happy ending stories.
Hey, you horror. Come on, you poor old guy. Skinny old fella. This one's dying slowly. That liver disease. Come on, Tickles. Hello, Margot. What a pretty face. New hairstyle, eh?
And then there's the one about Margot, who belonged to a vocational school.
One day the teacher was told by the principal, oh, Margot has been sold. She's too old. She has arthritis. And we sold her to Mr. So-and-so for $50 because he wants to ship her off to the meat factory. So the teacher was upset. She told the students, they were all mad. They all marched into the principal's office and said, we buy that horse back, here's $50. So they got the horse back. And she called me up and said, would you take this horse? I said, fine, yeah, sure we will.
No, don't be nosy. Come on.
Mary Gregory is in charge of mothering and naming rescued deer.
It arrived in a thunderstorm, so I called him Thunder. And another one arrived when it was raining, so he got called Raindrops. And we've had Mr. Nibbles and Pumpkin. Pumpkin had been run over by a car. When I got her, she had a broken vertebrae and broken jaw. Thunder, what's got into you today?
Saturday is visiting day at the Home for Retired Horses, but there's an admission charge, 2 carrots, to be fed to the horses of your choice. Of course, a 5-pound bag will make you even more friends. And Thursday is the day volunteers come out to help the Gregorys groom the horses.
Oh, the Gregorys are wonderful people. They have really changed their whole lives just for this place, just for this dream.
This horse was born deformed with it's a hunchback, and so the owners were going to put her down because she came from a fairly busy and productive Arab breeding ranch, and so the Gregorys found out about it and were able to save her because most horses like this don't make it very long. We can learn a lot from animals. These, I think, horses teach about peace and serenity. So anyway, that's what I get from them.
Other than satisfaction, volunteers get lunch, but they have to help make it. Sometimes certain dear friends join them.
You looking for something to eat? Thunder, come round here. Come on then. Okay. Where are your grapes? Where are your grapes? Oh, here they are. Here they are. Oh, these are fun, these grapes, aren't they?
All the animals get on well together, dogs and cats and guinea fowl and horses and even the deer. It's all one big happy family most of the time.
Here there are even romances, like the one between King Fox, who is blind, and Charka.
He's not interested at the moment in food, he's just interested in his girlfriend. Here she is. Here she is. Here she is.
Peter Gregory tries to forgive the people who neglect or abuse animals.
It upsets me, but then I think, well, I'm going to save this dog or this horse, and I'm going to put it back into good health, and that sort of neutralizes my feeling.
But that takes money. The local vet, at least, is sympathetic and donates his time.
What I feel like has probably happened is it has had trauma to both knees at one point in its life.
The Gregorys made enough money running hotels, so they thought they would never have to worry. But the retirement home for horses costs $50,000 a year to operate. Half the people whose horses end up here promise to pay for their care, but then don't.
My main worry, I do have one big worry, is I want to make sure this place continues after I'm dead. I've always said I don't want to be remembered for doing this, but I just want to make sure it's here another 50 years.
Cost has forced the Gregorys to set a limit of 70 horses at a time. The sad reality, there is a vacancy only when one dies.
It's like losing a member of the family. And it is losing a member of the family. Tears are shed. I'm not ashamed to say that. We try to rationalize it by saying they had a wonderful life while they were here. And not only did we give them happiness, but they gave us happiness, just by having the privilege of looking after them. Hi, Jimmy. I thought you'd be here.
Not such a bad retirement.
Okay, take it easy, you guys. Take it easy, Bandit. We don't want to lose anybody on the trip. I've been tripped a few times doing this too. And my other golf cart.